My entitled daughter ruined everything when she invited her grandparents to the party, but she didn't know the reason they were banned. I, 40 meters, met my wife, 38 feet, in high school. Her parents were and still are terrible. They completely mistreated her until she moved out at 18. My wife has always tried to be a good mother, to break the abusive cycle. We both have good jobs, but we still try not to spoil. They have chores, know their manners, are good kids in school. So my daughter came home one day and asked us to go visit her grandparents' house. We said yeah because we thought she meant my parents. But no, she meant my wife's. My wife immediately said no. Then I backed her, and said they will have no part in their lives. She said I was overreacting and that she deserves to meet all her grandparents, and we were being selfish. My wife was diagnosed with PTSD, and still sees a therapist due to all the bullcrap that she went through. It really annoyed me and I sent her to her room. I talked to my wife and said that I should tell her what happened, that her parents are not good people, so she understands why we are saying no. My wife was reluctant but agreed as long as she didn't have to be there so she wasn't triggered. I went to my daughter's room the next day and I talked to her. I said, look, I understand you are upset, but we are not saying no just to say no. There is a lot you do not understand, but I'm going to explain it, so that maybe you understand more. Your mom's parents mistreated her. She was humiliated daily, screamed and terrorized since she was 6 years old. Every moment and holiday was ruined by fear, and she almost stopped breathing on Thanksgiving due to her stepfather. Your mom and her sister still suffer from the trauma, and we will never have a relationship with them. I hope that you understand now. Once I told her, I thought she understood. Anyway, it was my wife's birthday a week ago and it was a really great day. My wife's sister, our 2 other children, and my whole family were there celebrating at our house. Until around 7 at night a knock at my door and my daughter went to answer the door. We figured it was a friend of hers. But when she came right back in the living room it was my crap mother-in-law and father-in-law. My wife and her sister both froze, and they came in like they freaking owned the place. Trying to be buddy-buddy. My wife asked them in a timid voice and said, "What are you doing here?" They said our granddaughter invited us. She then tried to speak up more and tell them they needed to go. But they wouldn't, so I got up and went between my wife and them and said, "Leave, you are unwanted here." My daughter really stood up for them and said that she talked to them, and that mom just exaggerated what happened. She thinks that they were good parents. That's when my father-in-law said, "That's right, whatever we did to you ungrateful kids you deserved."